Welcome to Region 9 again, folks, and on this occasion, welcome to beautiful Nappy. And let me just tell you all in advance, I have fallen in love with Nappy. I have fallen for Nappy. It's very, very beautiful here. Beautiful people, very, very kind, very, very hospitable, very, very welcoming. I have found that for the couple times I have visited Nappy now, and like I said, my God, the children will get this view. I'll show you some more of it, but we're checking on this school here, the Nappi Secondary School, and the point I wanted to make moments ago was, look, I don't want to be critical. We don't want to be critical for the sake of being critical. Where we find things are working, I have no qualms in saying that, and I'll show you something else in just a bit. Where it concerns this project, but let me just pan around a little bit and show you guys some what we're seeing there. You got some of the school in the background. You'll see more of that, but my God, look at this view here. Look at this view. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic view. That is a beautiful, beautiful view of the mountain ranges there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that is the Kanuku mountain range. I think that is the Kanuku mountains there. I think that's the Kanuku mountains there. And I want to show you some more of this project. Let me come this way. And so we're on site here, taking a look at what's happening with this project here. We're on site, taking a walk around. You might see somebody familiar on this side. You may or may not. I like this area here, where I would come to have lunch if I was a student here. I would come to have lunch here. It's very cool, and you have the beautiful Kanuku Mountains. I think that's the Kanuku Mountain range that opens up on that side so beautifully. We're in the cool here. My God, this is why I love me some Rupununi. It's just beauty for miles and miles and miles and miles. Every turn. All right, so let me show you some more of this. This school is being supplied with solar power. We did notice some of the lights on. I think they're getting some of the internet here via Starlink. And this is some of what we're seeing here. Congrats to Nappy. I like Nappy. As I was telling the supervisor here just now for the workmen, that, and I was telling the Tushao also, Elroy, that this might be one of the few places that Nappy, that the train seems to run on time. So got these nice lights up there, and all of that is being supplied by solar. They're telling us that these are the labs. These are the labs that are to be completed, we're told that the main school building is completed. The main school building. The guys seem to be on a lunch break now, but when we came in, they were working here, and that's a beautiful sight, because when you go on sites like this, you don't often see people working. When we went to Hostel Secondary School, the first instance, the whole place was abandoned, and with our advocacy, they were able to bring that project back on stream. This, they tell us here, is the laboratory being completed. So I wanted to give you guys some of that, and then I want to show you something else in the distance. We can see the teachers' quarters, and hopefully I get the opportunity to give you guys a close-up look. We're told that that is not fully completed as yet. That's what you're seeing in that direction over there, the teachers' quarters. So we're going to check on that perhaps. But this is just some of what we are seeing here on the ground at Nappy. Let me show you in this direction. We come back, pan back this way. As I said, The guys, when we came, they were working. They seem to be on a lunch break now, and I don't want to be critical for the sake of being critical. That is not what it's about. If there are good things being done, I can tell you, I have no problem saying yes. Yes, and it's, we may got some mic interference there. I'm happy that we come, and it looks as though things are moving in this direction here. That's how it would seem. Just giving you guys a sense of what's happening here. And look who I'm running into here. Looking through one of the windows. That seemed to be a smart board on the wall there. All right. Look who I'm running into here. Again, running into this MP too often. Running into this MP too often. What I want to see is if water is coming. We're going to check on that. We know the school has power. The school, because there's some lights on above us. Again, coming into the beautiful mountain ranges. This light is on here, and we're told that solar energy is providing, solar renewable energy is providing power to the building here. And please let water come through this pipe when we turn it on. Let's see. That's a beautiful thing. They have water here. See? I don't want to waste that. I don't want to waste that. We got some trestles on this side here for storage. Those are the labs we showed you earlier. And as I said, when good things are happening, I have no qualms in saying, good job, keep it up. Right? By the same token, accept the criticisms too. By the same token, we want you guys to accept the criticism as well. So, as I said, this is the two main buildings for the Nappi Secondary School facing each other here. The two main buildings facing each other. And this is a good site. I think we're going to get to some other shots. We're here at the teachers' quarters for the Nappi Secondary School. This is where they're housing the teachers. They tell us it's almost complete, but that they're still doing some work on the building. And we came over to have a look, and you can see some of the scaffolding is up in the background behind us there. There's nobody on site here at the moment, but we did say that the men were going to lunch. We saw them working on the school when we came over, and subsequently they left that position. Seemed as though they were going off to lunch. We're heading upstairs. I can see some of the lights are on here. They did tell us that these buildings are supplied by solar power. And I've just come upstairs. Again, they said these are quarters for teachers. And as I did see, the aim here is not to name and shame. The aim here is not to criticize simply for the sake of criticism. But where we find that good work is being done, we will say yes, we will say good job. We will say good job, that's it. Let me see if I can show you some of the videos here. See? This is through the window. I'm trying to show you what one of the apartments look like for teachers. Look like a small sitting area here, a small kitchenette, and then perhaps the bedrooms are off to the left there. That seems to be, yes, this seems to be one of the bedrooms. Showing you off to the left. All right. Another one of those teaching quarters there. Again, to your left, or rather to your right in this instance, some of the bedrooms, that small dining area in this area, and then behind at the back there, behind at the back, there's the kitchenette, and then off to that side, if you can see that, one of the bedrooms. All right. One of the lights on here, as you can see. Another one on, which means that the building has power. Those things are very, very important. Those things are tremendously important, that the building must have power, that it is has good sanitation, it has good toilets and bathrooms, and I'm certainly gonna put in the furniture and the finer fittings, but looks like a good building. Let me qualify by saying I'm not an engineer. I'm not an engineer, but from what I can see here, that is what I'm getting. Looks as though it's a relatively good building. I went up one step, pan around so you can see we went up that step behind us there, and then we came down this one here, and we're gonna leave it there, folks. We're gonna leave it here for this site visit. Again, the Nappi Secondary School. Something like that. This one. Not one of the lights on there, which means the building gets power. We did see water on in the school. Passing some pipes laid out here, maybe now putting that in. Cheap waters. This side, it'd be interesting to know where the teachers are staying. This is interesting because when we left Tushao on that side, Elroy McGarrell, there was a PTA meeting happening. Interesting to know where the teachers are staying. The septic board is happening here. We see some of the septic tanks laid out here, some of the piping. Right, this part here, we see some. It's probably what's coming from the school, yeah, all the way. It's running all the way there. Going in there, and let us leave it there, folks, for this site visit. That's our time, and that's our broadcast. Stay safe.